Next we have Battleborne by Dave Wilmar. This is an entirely new series for the author of the Greystone Chronicles, and he's done a bunch of stuff, so that's just probably one of the earlier ones he's done. It is 428 pages, $3.99, available on Kindle Unlimited. Here's the author's description. Max was a professional soldier and extremely good at his job, right until it killed him. At the moment of his death, he meets Hildi the Valkyrie and is given three options: serve Odin in Valhalla as one of the, I'm not going to say that word, fighting each day and celebrating each night until the Battle of Ragnarok. Accept his, oh man, accept his, I think he wrote this way just because he's expecting me to read it. And there's little things that are throwing me off. 2, accept his death as final and end his existence. Or 3, be reincarnated as a Battleborne on a random unknown world. Max chooses to gamble, to live a new life, whatever that might entail. Favored with the blessing of the Valkyries, who gift him with an unusual bloodline, he's reborn on a world of magic and monsters. In fact, his own new body is half monster. Thrust into the world with nothing but a canvas diaper, sharp teeth and claws, Max must use his skills as a soldier to improvise and survive. There are no respawns, and at level 0, nearly anything can kill him. With his new status as one of the Battleborn, much is expected of Max. Dangerous and difficult quests are presented to him, and the loot ranges from filthy goblin loincloths to epic weapons. Join Max as he learns to navigate his new life, struggling with the instincts of his monster bloodline and taking advantage of them at the same time. Whew. Okay. The full disclosure, I received advance copy for review. I purchased a copy when it became available. I've always enjoyed everything that the author has written. Dave Wilmar has never produced a story that I haven't enjoyed. And they're all slightly different. This is a new story, and this is no different. It doesn't disappoint. It's full of action and adventure with the main character that isn't a boring human, at least not fully. The main character chooses to reincarnate instead of going to Valhalla after dying in our world, and is transported to a new fantasy RPG world where he's given a uniquely powerful body that's a mix of several races, including some monsters. From there, it's an action fest with him killing monsters left and right and learning an interesting mix of spells and skills that let him overpower higher level enemies. Like all the other stories, the game mechanics are well thought out and applied to the entire story. That has never been an issue, honestly, with any story Dave Wilmar has written. Everything has always had the RPG aspects really tightly wound up with the story. There was a little bit of crafting in this story, also kingdom building, which is kind of a theme for, I think, everything he's written. Dave Wilmar has some kingdom building. He really seems to enjoy that. But the big draw is going to be the fights. Like, this is really probably the most heavily action oriented story that the author's written. And there are some other aspects, of course, like kingdom building, crafting, and character development. I liked the world building that exists here. There are 3 main races that are explored in this particular story, and I like the interactive world building between them that was done for, like, fleshing out their history enough so that the conflicts in the story kind of make sense. And there are some good side character moments. I won't say what moments those are, but I was happily surprised that the authors were willing to do them for characters he developed. And it's like, oh, didn't see that coming. Good for you, man. Overall, it was such a good story. I almost read the entire thing in a single set. I think at one point I was like, it's 3 a.m. and I'm like, I can't finish this. I have to sleep my eyes. I have to do stuff tomorrow. And so I had to put it down, but I read it immediately afterwards when I woke up the next morning. And I really look forward to seeing what's going to happen in the future. So, also bonus points for the Fibble cameo. So it made me laugh out loud. So it gets me a score of 7.8 out of 10. Battleborne. Like I said, really, really quite enjoyable and entertaining. Really good story. That's Battleborne. The score is 7.8 out of 10.